Welcome back to Greatness Unlocked. I'm greatly appreciative of you choosing to spend your time with me today. If you find any value here, I humbly ask that you hit the like and subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to explore a concept that is both simple and profound: the idea of building our lives brick by brick. This metaphor encapsulates the journey towards achieving our significant long-term goals through consistent, gradual, and persistent effort. It's about recognizing that every monumental achievement is not the result of a single dramatic leap, but rather a series of small, deliberate actions, each one a brick that contributes to the grand structure of our lives. Imagine for a moment the process of construction. A builder doesn't erect a skyscraper overnight. Instead, they lay a solid foundation, carefully place one brick after another, and methodically create a structure that can withstand the test of time. Similarly, in our lives, each brick represents a small, manageable step we take toward our aspirations. Whether it's making healthier choices, pursuing professional development, or enhancing our personal growth, these actions compound over time, leading to remarkable transformations. Let's talk about the compound effect. Think about it. Just as a small daily saving can grow into significant wealth, tiny, consistent actions can lead to powerful results in our lives. Consider this. If you read just one page of a book each day, by the end of the year, you'll have devoured an entire book. A wealth of knowledge gained from just a single page. Or if you commit to exercising for just 10 minutes each day, over months, that commitment could lead to improved health and well-being. It's the little things done consistently that build a robust life. Now, let's shift our focus to the present moment. Often we become overwhelmed by the enormity of our goals. We look at the towering structure we want to build and feel lost amidst the vastness of it all. This is where the brick-by-brick philosophy shines. It teaches us to concentrate on the task at hand, the one brick in front of us. By focusing on the present, we can reduce anxiety and make our larger goals feel much more manageable. Instead of worrying about what might come next or regretting what has passed, we can take a deep breath and lay down that next brick. And then there's the principle of consistency over intensity. In our fast-paced world, we often feel the pressure to achieve dramatic results quickly, but sustainable change doesn't come from those intense bursts of effort that leave us exhausted and burnt out. Instead, it's the daily discipline, the small, repeatable habits that pave the way to success. It's about showing up day after day. Just like a builder who doesn't rush the process, we need to recognize that our consistent efforts will yield results over time. A critical aspect of this journey is building a solid foundation. Just as a building requires a firm base to stand tall, our lives need a strong foundation built on core values, emotional resilience, and healthy habits. This inner structure is what supports us through life's challenges, allowing us to thrive even in adversity. When we know who we are and what we stand for, we can weather any storm that comes our way. So how do we apply this brick-by-brick approach in our lives? Let's take a professional goal as an example. Instead of overwhelming ourselves with the thought, I need to become an expert in my field, we can break it down. Today, I will dedicate 30 minutes to reading an industry report. Or, this week, I will attend one online seminar. These small steps accumulate, gradually building our expertise. In terms of health, instead of striving for perfection with, "I need to get in perfect shape," we can make it simpler. "I will drink one extra glass of water today," or "I will take a 10-minute walk after lunch." These manageable actions lead to meaningful improvements in our wellness. For personal growth, we might feel the pressure to become more mindful and less stressed. Instead of thinking, "I need to change everything," we can focus on, "I will meditate for 2 minutes after I brush my teeth," or "I will write down one thing I'm grateful for each day." These small habits can lead to a greater sense of peace and fulfillment. Now, as we navigate this journey, it's essential to remember some wisdom from the process. Obstacles are temporary. Some bricks may be heavier or harder to lay than others, and that's okay. Every effort, no matter how small, is progress. It's essential to keep moving forward, even in the face of setbacks. Moreover, remember that the work is its own reward. When we focus on the manageable tasks in front of us, we can find satisfaction in the process itself. The journey becomes as meaningful as the destination. Here are some key biblical themes and verses that reflect the underlying concepts of consistent effort, perseverance, and the importance of a strong foundation in life. Proverbs 21:5, "The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty." This verse emphasizes the value of diligent, consistent effort over hastiness, suggesting that steady progress leads to success. 2. Building on a strong foundation. Matthew 7:24-27. In the parable of the wise and foolish builders, Jesus illustrates the importance of a strong foundation. The wise man builds his house on the rock, which withstands storms, while the foolish man builds on sand, which collapses. This parable encourages us to lay a strong foundation in our lives based on Jesus' teachings. 3. Perseverance and endurance. Galatians 6-9. "And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." This verse reminds us that consistent good actions will bear fruit in time, reinforcing the idea that small, persistent efforts lead to significant results. 4. The value of wisdom and knowledge. Proverbs 2:2-5. "Making your ear attentive to wisdom and inclining your heart to understanding." Yes, if you call out for insight and raise your voice for understanding, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. This suggests that seeking wisdom and understanding step by step builds a solid foundation for life. 5. The compounding effect of good actions. Luke 16:10. "One who is faithful in a very little is also faithful in much, and one who is dishonest in a very little is also dishonest in much." This verse points to the concept that small, faithful actions matter and compound into greater responsibilities and blessings. 6. Trusting God with our plans. Proverbs 16:3. "Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established." This encourages us to align our daily efforts with God's guidance, ensuring that our building process is grounded in faith. 7. Hope and future. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. This verse reassures us that as we build our lives, God has a purposeful plan for us, encouraging us to trust the process. These biblical principles encourage us to approach our goals and aspirations with diligence, patience, and faith, emphasizing that significant achievements come from consistent, small actions laid upon a solid foundation of faith and values. The overall message is one of hope, perseverance, and the importance of building our lives thoughtfully and purposefully. And finally, if life's challenges cause our carefully built structure to crumble, this philosophy reassures us. We can always start rebuilding. We can accept what has happened and use those lessons as the mortar for a stronger future. Every experience, every setback provides us with the knowledge and resilience we need to lay our next brick even more securely. In closing, I invite you to embrace the brick-by-brick philosophy in your life. Take those small, deliberate actions each day. Focus on the present moment. Build a solid foundation of values and habits. Remember, every great achievement is simply the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. So let's start building our lives, one brick at a time, and watch as our dreams and aspirations take shape into a magnificent reality. Your possibilities are endless. Now go be great.